What's up, guys? This is Doug with Basement Level Magic, and I'm back for the third round of our Battle for Zendikar Swiss draft. It has not gone swimmingly. Match 1. We played a sweet ramp deck that ulamagged us, I think, in the first game, and we had to concede. Second game, what did he do second game? Second game he ramped out pretty well as well, but he did not ulamog us, so that was nice. And then, yeah, we lost in 2 games in both of our previous matches. So this hand looks like a keep. We do need another mana. It would be nice if it was red, but we have a 1-drop and a 2-drop. It gets us out of the gate pretty quickly, which I think is what our deck needs. It's just not aggressive enough most of the time. So we'll get the Sludge Crawler down, then the Culling Drone, and then hope for another mana in red. Opponent's trying to decide which color of mana to bring back with his Sludge Crawler. So we're up against another white deck. All the decks we've played in this draft have played white. 2 have played blue now, and 1 has played green. Nobody has played red. Kozilek Sentinel. It's a pretty good 2-drop against us. Prevent an ingest. We'll just go ahead and curve out. Next turn, we're looking to probably play the Familiar, if we can. And if we don't draw something we could play, we'll just Mortuary Mire. And we can attack with both creatures if he doesn't play anything, because we can pump the Sludge Crawler once to prevent the Kozilek Sentinel from killing it. So we will get 1 ingest. Opponent attacks, we will just not block. I don't know, he's thinking about it. Yeah, I mean, we'll take 1 damage if that's what he wants. He opted not to. He did hit his land drop. I was starting to think that maybe he did not. Bucking Flan. And so far, no play. I guess he's decided if he wants to keep up mana. And he plays a Vile Aggregate. We have answers for both, but we need them to come out here pretty quickly. Yeah, unfortunately we missed our land drop. Well, we didn't miss our land drop, but we didn't draw a land. I was hoping for an untapped mountain or an untapped anything. Question now becomes, do we kill the Vile Aggregate at this point? White-red Devoid is a strange combo. I assume he's off a 3rd color. And if we decide to, which do we take down of our creatures? I guess there's no reason we need to do it right now. We'll be looking at taking 3, maybe 4 damage. Probably still not blocking. I guess for mana efficiency, it would have been good to take the Vile Aggregate out there. Yeah, so he's off blue. So all the decks we've played today have been blue. At least in part. A Vile Aggregate coming in by itself, that's fine. I just don't want to see a Noyandar. Oh, that's a bummer. So he did manage to tag a mountain. Retreat to Emeria. This is a weird deck. We passed that Retreat to Emeria. So Touch of the Void is a pretty good draw. But we can't cast it. guess we Malachor Familiar, and yeah, I'll just Malachor Familiar and back. Should keep our opponent from attacking. Unless he has a trick, in which case, I guess now is as good a time as any to get it out of his hand. So this could probably only be the was it the card that prevents all damage, the Lithomancer's Focus. It gives you +2/+2. Otherwise, there's no way he attacks into a Death Touch creature, unless it's just a misplay. So we'll take 3. I mean, I think you always have to assume your opponent knows what they're doing. Maybe that's a mistake. So he waited till after damage had been done. And he's killing my Death Toucher anyway, but he had to use a spell to do it, so I guess we're okay with that. We still have an answer for it, so it's not that big of a deal. Alright. So opponent's currently at 20 and we're at 15. But I think cracking in for 8 puts us right back in the game. So I think since we can do it now, he doesn't have enough mana up to counter us with anything. Let's go ahead and get in. Get a couple of ingests for our Eldrazi. We got a Blighted Gorge and Rolling Thunder, that's a good hit. Depends on how he attacks this turn or if he leaves anything up, but I would consider even a Swarm Surge here. Could be lethal if he decides to attack. I'd love to see him tap out on his turn. Perfect. And this one is a 5/5. Yeah, sure. So he gets us to 10. We really need to move. Yep, that's good. Okay. So, what can we do here? So we can Bone Splinters and Swarm Surge. Or we can Mindraker and Bone Splinters. I think we want a Mindraker and Bone Splinters and set up for the lethal attack next turn. And we're not going to have enough mana to pump the Sludge Crawler anyway. So we're okay with that. can also take out the ally and get in for 8 and ingest again. I think we want to develop the board. Do we attack at all, though? I'm not going to be blocking with the culling drone anyway, so I guess we'll give him the opportunity to spend spend an ally token. If he wants to, and he does, so that's good. It's actually quite a good sign. Let's see what he discards. Oh, it's taking quite a time making this decision, so they must supposed to be good. Tandem Tactics, okay. So what would he keep in his hand that's better than Tandem Tactics? So we draw a mana, we can Touch of the Void and Swarm Surge next turn. I sort of wish I had attacked with the Duststalker, just to leave him an attack. Huh. He's doing 2 damage to it? Well, he's certainly timed that backwards. I mean, this is an easy block with the Mindraker. I don't know what the point of his. I mean, he's tapped out, has nothing he can do. So yeah, Mindraker just prevents the damage, and his creature becomes tapped, which is nice for us. And our attack this turn will either be lethal or clear his board. Looks like it's going to clear his board. Unless he doesn't attack. Yeah, that was a pointless attack. Wow, okay. So, give all my creatures first strike. I guess he can kill a culling drone. But then I can finish it off, or should I just not attack with the culling drone? Yeah, the other 2 are lethal by themselves, so he has to block at least one of them. And I think that's our turn. Alright, so he puts down another core ally. Will he attack again? Yeah, opponent has 0 cards in hand. I don't see any reason why you need to play that land until after combat. So, yeah, we've not seen any reason for him to be splashing blue. I don't know what that's all about. And here, I actually want him to block with a Kozilek Sentinel because then I can kill it, and then it makes his Vile Aggregate smaller. So I'm tempted to just attack with everything. He can double block on the Kozilek Sentinel if he wants to. I'm sorry, on the Culling Drone, and I'll kill the Kozilek Sentinel with the Touch of the Void. So it'd be a lot more awkward if you just kept the land in hand. But since I know his hand is empty. So he takes 2, goes to 5. I guess if he had blocked any other way, I just Touch of the Void him to kill him. And because of that, I'm somewhat tempted to... He does have double white up. So I'm somewhat tempted to just let him... Well, this way he needs another blocker. Or he has to stay back, so I think this is fine. Shrinks his creature. It means all my creatures can attack safely unless he plays something with this last card. Alright, good. So we did win a game. Wasn't a complete shutout for this deck. Do we want to put in the Demon's Grasp and the Mire's Malice, which I feel like we've put in every single game? I feel like probably, and the Boiling Earth doesn't really do anything against him, right? I think we're okay this time. I think we just run it back. Opponent misplayed with that outnumber and realized it, so he mentioned it. But overall, his deck is kind of like... he has some cards I wish that we had picked up. I wouldn't mind having the Vile Aggregate, but I think ours is better. In the 0-2 bracket, we finally found something we can beat. It's nice. Alright, is this a keep? I think it is. We definitely need just like a ton of removal. Yeah, this is definitely a keep, but we need a land. Let's pick up a land first turn. So our opponent did mulligan to 6, and then put the card he drew on top. So we'll see. We'll see what kind of hand he kept. Hopefully an awkward one. Up almost 3 minutes on our opponent already. He did start just a little late though. Malachor Familiar is a good draw, but we definitely need another land. And I think I would prefer it be a red land. Mountain allows us to play 2 things on a turn eventually. And we're less likely to want to do that with Swamp. Sky Spawner's a good one. So I guess that's what his blue splash is for. Is for a Sky Spawner. Which I guess if you got enough of them would be fine. Alright, so that was perfect. So the question becomes how to deal with this. I would like to, I'd like to save the complete disregard for now, because I think it'd be good on a Kozilek Sentinel if we have to get through later, but it'd also be good on the Vile Aggregate early. I don't think I want a Bone Splinters, because I only have the one creature. But I could see outnumbering the Sky Spawner to prevent the damage. I think I do attack because I don't think he blocks with the Sky Spawner, and if he does, I'm fine with that. And if he wants to jump a Eldrazi Sign token, I'm fine with that. And he is down to 3 cards, so probably 1-for-1s are okay. Vestige of Emrakul, that's a good one to hit. So I'm tempted to outnumber the Eldrazi Sky Spawner. I could technically outnumber and Bone Splinters. But then what am I left with? Just a Malakir Familiar, although he has nothing in the air, and I still have a Touch of the Void. Really empties my hand early, and if I wait, so I'm looking at taking 4 this turn to go to 14. I think I am gonna do it. I'm gonna play the Molten Nursery, and then if I don't draw a land, next turn will be about removing creatures. And if I do draw a land, I think I want to play the Malakir Familiar and then Bone Splinters. And we didn't have to take the full amount of damage, which is nice. So I had counted on being on 14 and I'm on 15. It's the kind of mistake I like. And Retreat. Retreat's actually good here too. Retreat just doesn't do a whole lot. Alright, unfortunately no land. So I think I do want to complete disregard. Oh no! Okay, I forgot that I could go towards the creatures as well. I should have removed the Sky Spawner that way. Still can do it next turn. It's just a bit more awkward, as I will probably be taking 2 damage I shouldn't have. The Velvet Predator got ingested, and we do see landfall. Alright, so in this case I think we just dominate a drone, kill the Sky Spawner. So we should be at 14. And our opponent is at 13. So we should be up, but we're not. And he's got 2 cards in hand. Yeah, I mean, we might as well. If he wants to kill a Culling Drone with a trick, that's fine. And he never saw the Molten Nursery before, so he doesn't know that we can do this. He didn't know before this game that we could do this, so it's actually kind of nice. He can +1 his team and get in if he drops the land, because I wouldn't block. To prevent, well, I don't know, to prevent 2 damage, maybe. Oh, McKinney's Slide Runner's fine. Something I could touch the void and then kill, probably the Eldrazi Scion. Unless I just draw a land, and then I'll probably Mindraker. So he plays in his second main. Oh, a land? Alright. I assume the other card in his hand is a land because he didn't wait to use the McKinney Slide Runner. Alright, can I do... I can do 2 things, unfortunately. It's not 2 colorless things. So I think the Touch of the Void is still more valuable. Do we want to... I guess we'd want to outnumber. So Molten Nursery against the right deck is a beating. And this is certainly the right deck. Maybe because I saw the Retreat to Mary, I should have brought in the Boiling Earth. So, do I want to trade? Outnumber's just getting better. The longer we wait, the better it gets. So I think we'll wait one more turn and see if we can get another land. I'd love to play a Mindraker and kill another token. And then we can start attacking with the Kozilek Sentinel. So he's just drawing lands, it looks like. I think I'm going to change my strategy for my next draft and not try to adhere so closely to a set formula. I was kind of discussing this with Josh the other day as to if I think everyone knows about the archetypes and everyone's trying to draft the archetypes, and whether it might just be better at this point to just play good cards. I don't think he has good attacks here. I don't know what his one last card is. I did see a... Can we take 6? Yeah, I think we... What could his last card be? I think we block 1. As to whether the archetypes are still the way to go in a draft, because if everyone's trying to draft the archetypes, then and there's not all that many of the enablers for each of the archetypes, that it's possible that it's just much more difficult to put together a decent deck if that's how you're playing, and that really you should be doing something else. I don't know. It's a tough call, I guess, but I haven't tried it, so I don't know. So I can Touch of the Void and attack. I think I'm going to Touch of the Void, kill 2 of his creatures. Actually, so I can also Bone Splinters and then bring back whatever I sack. Touch of the Void kills 2 things. Bone Splinters only kills 1. And I can't replay anything that I might kill, so that's not as appealing. we'll just Touch of the Void. Molten Nursery to kill another one. Pump my Kozilek Sentinel. And then attack with just the Culling Drone and Dominator Drone. Sure. Yeah, no mana left, so. I am glad I waited till after combat to play my land. We'll get our Dominator drone back. And pass the turn. And with the Dominator drone, we can do some direct damage, and we can kill another ally. So that's also relevant. Yeah, so Ruin Process is good, but he didn't gain any life. And so yeah, I can just clear his board. Yeah, I'm just thinking. I have two other creatures in hand. I was gonna keep the Dominator drone alive maybe, and just because it did more damage, I can only guarantee a 1 for the Kozilek Sentinel, but it prevents me getting in this turn. I want to get in while my opponent's still out of cards. If he'd been able to ingest and gain some life on that, I might have been in a situation giving him time to draw out of it, but I think I'm okay. Plus I can play the Mindraker now. I have 4 cards ingested. Surprisingly light on lands. Also haven't drawn an Eldrazi. Waving Elemental is a bit of a problem. But can't attack through a Death Toucher, so that's fine. And then Coom Stonewaker, after I activate it, I can outnumber to kill the Waving Elemental if I do draw a land. Metal Drone's a bummer. Oh, not that much, I guess, actually. Metal Drone just dies to the Molten Nursery when I cast my Mindraker next turn. Right, so that was a good draw. But I still think the play's the same. He can't attack. I don't get any value, unfortunately. But I developed the board, and I'm able to kill the Metal Drone, which could definitely become a problem. Yeah, and there's no point in making my opponent discard nothing, so we'll leave those cards right where they are. I think we just hold back here. I guess next turn we can attack. Or we could have. I did that backwards too. God, that was stupid. Yeah, and we'll attack in with what we can. He should block the 3/3. And then if I draw a colorless spell next turn, I will save it till my second main so that I can use the Molten Nursery to finish off the Kozilek Sentinel. I would think eventually he would just draw a blank, but so far, no. And it's something big. Oh, yeah, he's gonna burn me out. I can only do what, 3 damage, 4 damage. I guess 2 to me, and then kill the Coombe Stonewaker and the Malachor Familiar with the, what was the name of the card? It's the double red burn spell. X and 2 red. That lets you, yeah, Rolling Thunder. Oh, X equals 5, okay. So we're left at parity, except I'm up on the board. So Swamp now is a pretty bad draw. And there's, you know, some reason to keep a land in hand. I mean, I can cast anything in my deck, so it's not that big of a deal, but the information is valuable, so it's possible I should have just kept that. Lands for us are pretty much dead draws, but lands for our opponent are not. Any suspicious attack I probably will not be blocking. I really don't think he has an attack. Yeah. Alright, well, any creature's a good one. Especially one that does damage to our opponent. So we've removed actually a ton of creatures with the Molten Nursery, but if we had just directed towards our opponent, he might be dead by now. There's no reason to attack. Next turn we can. Or we could just continue to try and draw colorless spells. Yeah, probably will do the trick as well. And it keeps us from getting blown out by a trick. Opponent showed Tandem Tactics last game. Well, that's not a trick. I'll just go ahead and pass. It's possible I should have attacked there. I guess you could double block the Culling Drone, but I do remove the ally, so I don't know. Maybe it's more valuable as a blocker with life totals as they are. Keeps hitting lands. That's a pretty good draw. If our opponent wants to kill it, he has to put all of his creatures in front of it. Oh, no, he can't, because we can do 1 damage. Okay. I think here we just actually attack with everything. whole nursery has been awesome in this matchup. And we hit an island, which is too bad because I would love for him to just draw islands. He needs 2 blockers or a removal spell and a blocker. Titan's Presence is a pretty good one. Revealing Vestige of Emrakul, which he can certainly cast. Any colorless spell wins us the game, though. That may be a reason to play like a some sort of return a card from your graveyard, Dutiful Return, because recasting some of these colorless spells is not irrelevant. Our opponent can't attack here. If he does, we win. Even though he can attack for 3. Yeah, he's an empty hand. We did not draw a spell, so we'll just go ahead and pass. I think we got this game, we just need to not lose it. So see how we do here. Uh-oh. Oblivion Sower. Alright, so we exile top 4 cards. And we exile Hogger Sharpshooter. Mindraker would have won it. Stone Fury probably would have won it. Kozilek Sentinel would have won it. Hopefully it's too late for our opponent. And we draw a colorless spell right now. So, to chump or not to chump, that is the question. I suppose we do. That will win us the game. I forgot about that ability, so all I have to do now is recast this and I win. Alright. That is not an irrelevant thing to remember about the Duststalker, is if you chump block with everything else, you return it to your hand, even on an opponent's turn. Alright, well, we went 1 and 2, and I think the deck was pretty cool. It was fun to play, but it definitely didn't perform as it could have. The round 1 deck was just too good. It ramped out perfectly. He had exactly the spells he needed. He had Noyandar, which thankfully I was able to remove both times he played it, but that card by itself can be a beating. Round 2, I think we probably had a better chance, and then round 3 we were able to win. So thanks for watching. This has been Doug with Basement Level Magic. Please click like and subscribe. It really does help us, keeps us going, and we'll catch you for the next one. Thank you.